And we are recording. Pausing recording. Now recording. Go ahead.
Thank you, Troy. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Douglas County Board of County Commissioners special business meeting. Today is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. It is now 4:31 in the afternoon. Would you all please stand and join us with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Ingalls, do we have attorney certification for today's agenda?
We do, Madam Chair. There are 3 items on today's agenda. They've all been reviewed by my office and meet legal approval.
Thank you, Mr. Ingalls. Commissioner Teal is not able to join us today. We do have Commissioner Layden online, and I am here in the hearing room. Do any commissioners have any disclosures for any items on today's agenda?
I have none.
And I have none. The first item we'll discuss on the... Troy, can we do anything?
Commissioner Layden, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's an echo in the hearing room.
Commissioner Layden, please turn down your speakers.
Okay, I am on a cell phone. But I've turned the volume down.
Okay,
That's
so
better. Thank you.
go ahead, Troy.
And Commissioner,
I thought that was better. I'm going to... Commissioner Layden, you'll have to mute yourself when you're not speaking. Go ahead, Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you. The first item we'll discuss is the regular. Troy, there's still an echo in here. Oh, now maybe there isn't.
My apologies, Commissioner. I muted Commissioner Layden. I will unmute him when he nods his head so that he can speak. It is coming from his phone. My apologies. I'll get one of our techs to help him with that.
Thank you, Troy. We'll go ahead and start with the regular agenda. Item A, the acceptance of Colorado Department of Agriculture, Luann Lee for staff.
Good afternoon, Luann Lee, Fairgrounds Manager, staff. I'm here to present, back in June, legislature approved $2 million statewide in grant funding in effort to provide financial relief to county fairs and other agriculture events in Colorado that were adversely financially affected due to COVID-19. It's Bill HB 21-1262, and it's money to support agriculture events organizations. County fairs and other agriculture events that sustained a loss in 2020 due to COVID-19 were eligible to apply. Douglas County met the criteria. Criteria was county fair or exhibition held for the purposes of disseminating knowledge concerning and encouraging growth and prosperity of all agricultural, stock raising, horticulture, artistic, and other mechanical or industrial pursuits in county or region. The county fair must incorporate agriculture exhibits or shows and include competitions for youth programs and be recognized for one or more commissions. They have to demonstrate losses in 2020. It was not required, but those who did were eligible for additional funding. So Douglas County met the criteria. We applied for this grant, stating that the funds would be used for fair educational activities and events. We have been approved for $55,709. So it's staff's recommendation to approve the Ag Events grant. Any questions?
Thank you, Luann. I read the packet. Thank you for taking the time to apply for this and figuring out everything you needed to.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Layden, do you have any comments?
I do not have any comments. Thank you.
Thank you. I will open this up to citizen comment. Are there any citizens who would like to address the board on this topic? Seeing no one come forward in the hearing room, Troy, is there anyone online?
I have no online comment.
Thank you. I will bring this back then to the board for discussion or a motion.
So I will make a motion to approve the Colorado Department of Agriculture Agricultural Events Grant Award.
And I will second that motion. All in favor say aye.
All in favor say aye.
Aye also, so that
Also, so that
motion passes. Thank you,
motion
Luann.
passes. Thank you, Luann.
Thank you very much.
The second item on today's agenda, this is insurance coverage for Tri-County Health COVID-19 services. Megan Detweiler for staff. Megan.
Yes, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good. Yes, what you have presented in your packet is what we call a manuscript insurance policy that is created specifically to address Tri-County Health's concerns about their actions as an agent of the Douglas County Board of Health. And so with feedback provided through their attorney, we were able to address and at least mitigate some of the risk they felt with respects to litigation, pending litigation that could arise. And so I manuscripted an insurance policy that is based on a form that is filed with the Division of Insurance. And it, in the effort to make sure we addressed their specific concerns. One thing that I will point out in the policy form, and that most insurance policies do a very nice job of, is defining terms, exactly what we mean by COVID-19, disease mitigation services. And so with the effort to be very specific with respects to their concerns, but also broad in the coverage and what we would basically defend and self-insure them for is really the intent of the policy. And with COVID-19, the insurance marketplace ushered in a number of exclusions related to communicable disease. So this coverage that we are essentially self-insuring and providing to Tri-County Health is not available in the marketplace. Really, you cannot get any coverage related to anything litigation-wise related to COVID-19.
Thank you, Megan, for that information. Commissioner Layden, do you have any questions?
Megan, is there any impact to Douglas County associated with the current the current pending litigation?
With respects to this policy, no.
Okay. Okay, no further questions.
Thank you. Megan, I have no questions. I'll open it up to citizens. Are there any citizens who would like to address the board on this topic? Seeing no one come forward in the hearing room, Troy, is there anyone online?
Thank you, Commissioner. I have no online comment.
Thank you. I will bring it back to the board then for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve insurance coverage for Tri-County Health COVID-19 services.
I'll second that motion. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
And that motion carries. Thank you, Megan. Moving on to the last item on today's agenda, item C. This is a resolution temporarily regulating the installation and maintenance of various signs in the Sedalia area. Steve Coster for staff.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. And this is a proposal for temporary regulations on signs on single-family residences and properties in Sedalia. What we're looking at is our sign code really is intended to regulate the size, location, number of signs that people have. And what we've learned is that in Sedalia, because of the mixed-use nature of that community, in its 4 districts, in allowing signs for commercial uses that are large enough to be beneficial to them, we've created a situation where those large signs could also be on residential properties. And we don't believe that that was ever the intent of the commissioners. We don't allow that size of sign on residences in our other residential zone districts, like the suburban residential zone district. So really, we brought forward these temporary regulations to kind of keep things as the status quo for up to 6 months while the board has an opportunity to consider amendments to the regulations, to our zoning regulations, that we could bring forward sometime within that 6-month period. So I'm glad to answer any questions that you might have on that.
So, Mr. Coster, can you tell me what size sign is available to be put up on a residential area like this?
For permanent signs, any residents can have up to a 4-square-foot sign, and they can have an unlimited number of those signs. And that's the same allowance that we have in our suburban residential zone district, which is the residential district most like the kinds of lots that we have in Sedalia. And then there's a separate section entirely about just temporary signs. So temporary signs, for sale signs, garage sale signs, campaign signs, whatever it might be, are regulated separately, and this wouldn't touch those at all.
Thank you. Commissioner Layden, do you have any questions?
Steve, thanks for the presentation and for addressing this issue in Sedalia. Just for my clarification and perhaps for the listening public, could you just confirm that, again, this is a temporary regulation that will hopefully provide staff and the board the opportunity to review a more permanent solution with regard to this issue?
Absolutely, yes. This is temporary regulation only. It can't last more than 6 months. We would like to get it done faster than that, bring things to you faster than that, though, and not have it last the full 6 months. And then the board can make a final decision, and that will go through a regular public process with planning commission hearings, board of county commissioner hearings, referrals, all of the typical process that we do.
Great, thank you, Steve. No further questions.
Thank you, Commissioner Layden. I'll open this up for citizen comment. Are there any citizens in the room who would like to address the board on this topic? Mr. Stewksbury, please come forward. You can stand at the podium and you can give us your name, spell your last name and your address, please.
Fred Stokesbury, Stooksberry, 4193 Douglas Avenue, Sedalia. The building doesn't fit in with Sedalia at all. It's 35 feet high, steel building. There are steel buildings in Sedalia, but they're just regular height, 1 story. And so the sign doesn't fit in either. And so if there are any questions, I can answer about that. It's just drive by and you'll see it doesn't fit in.
Thank you, Mr. Stewksbury. Are there any other citizens who would like to address the board? Seeing no one come forward in the room, Troy, is there anyone online?
I have no online comment.
Thank you, Troy. I will close citizen comment, bring it back to the board for either discussion or a motion. Commissioner Layden.
If the board is prepared, I'll make a motion to approve a resolution temporarily regulating the installation and maintenance of various signs in the Sedalia area.
Second, there is a first and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. And that motion carries. Thank you. That is the end of today's special business meeting. Thank you, everyone, for attending.